class diagram will have classes, some n number of classes, and its relationship between 2 or 3 classes. So if you talk about a library management system, so you'll have a librarian, and you'll have an administrator, and you'll have a cataloger. So librarian updates information on a catalog, and administrator. So administrator will try to update information about the librarian. Okay, administrator requests librarian, librarian updates information of a cataloger, and librarian manages patron, and patron will be used to catalog, will search a catalog. Say for example, a patron here is a student or a staff. Okay, as a student, if you want to search what is available in the library, whether Pressman textbook is there in the library or not, you will go to the website and you can search in your catalog whether this particular website, how many volumes are available in the library. If it is not available, no need to go to the library. So that is what the meaning of this catalog is. Cataloger is something like he updates the information. So librarian updates the information. Okay, this particular student has taken the book, so just make it less. Means 10 Pressman books are available. 3 students have come and took the books. So finally, you will have left over with 7 textbooks, 7 Pressman books. So cataloger will be updated. Finally, a catalog will be updated. So the student will not have a direct access to a cataloger. He or she will have to search books using a catalog. Okay. So cataloger updates catalog, and the student will search the catalog whether the book is available or not. So this is patron means faculty or student will search using books using catalog, and librarian manages patrons, librarian manages cataloger, and this administrator requests the librarian. So this is how the relationship will be there in a LMS. Means how many classes are there here? Administrator, librarian, cataloger, patron, and catalog. And this is the name of a class. Librarian is the name of a class. Likewise, administrator is the name of a class. Patron is the name of a class. And these are the attributes of this particular class. So librarian will have something like a book name will be there, account number, ID, name. Say for example, name of a person, student or a name, student or a staff. ID, employee ID or registration ID, your roll number, account number. Librarian, you will have a separate account number for a library. Account number will be there. For a book name is string. So here what the librarian does is he manages patron information. How many students are there, final year students, how many third year students, how many third year CSC students, B section students are there, likewise. So he manage all this information and how many cards are issued, whether this particular student has taken the card or not. Authenticate patron, whether he is a genuine student belonging to this particular college or not. Renew membership, lend books, check membership status. So these are the attributes, these are the operations performed on this attribute. Okay. Overall, this is what this LMS is. What we have done is we have drawn a class diagram for a library management system. Understood? By looking at this, you can understand, okay, this is how the internal structure is. So now you can start writing the code. You can start writing the code with respect to the librarian or administrator or cataloger. So you know the operations and attributes of each and every class and the relationship. So here a catalog will be one. You cannot have multiple catalogs, but students will be multiple. A librarian is single and students are multiple. A single librarian will manage all these 5,000 students. A single catalog will be there, where students, all the 5,000 students belonging to UG, PG, MBA or MC or depending, I'm talking about our college. So here, so 1 to star means 1 to n number of students can access the catalog. You will have a single administrator and a single librarian, and you will have a single cataloger. These three persons will be single. You will not have multiple. Only the patrons will be multiple. You will have multiple number of students and multiple number of staff depending on different branches, belonging to different branches. So this is about the class diagram. Okay, any doubts in the students? Okay, these are about class diagram and use case diagram. About the sequence diagram, this I'll tell you later, so you may get confused. Any doubts regarding this use case diagram and class diagram, students? Now, if I give you a task, some case study, you can draw a use case diagram and a class diagram. You can attempt how to draw a use case diagram and a class diagram. Okay, so just remember this. Okay, any doubts, students, here? So you can draw a use case diagram for this given application. Likewise, you can draw a class diagram for this application. Generally, the questions, these are the questions they may ask in your main exam, like develop a use case diagram for application given below, or develop a class diagram for the application given below. Okay. So this is all about use case diagram and class diagram. So no questions. I hope all of you understood this. So I'm going to the next concept, that is regarding the second unit of software engineering. So that is about requirement analysis. Okay. So here, can you see this, students? We'll start the requirement analysis part, requirements engineering part. Here you are having these things like inception, elicitation, elaboration, negotiation, specification, validation, and requirements management. So these concepts we'll study today. Now, what is this inception? Inception means what? You are starting. You are about to start, or you are in an initial stage, or you are starting. Say if you want to go to a particular place, so you should understand means where you are going. As a car driver, you should know means if you are driving a car, you should know where you want to go or where you have to go. So how much time it takes, whether diesel or petrol is available in the car or not. So these are the things you will analyze. So whether suppose if you want to go to Guntur, so whether vehicle is available, what is the mode of transport we have to go, and how many people are coming with us, and what we have to do there, why we are going there. So all these things are this analysis thing, means we are doing this first questions. So that is what the basic understanding of the problem. The people who want the solution means how many people we have to take there, something like, and the nature of the solution that is desired. So what type of solution is desired by the end user, and the effectiveness of preliminary communication and collaboration between customer and developer. So means the starting phase, the inception is nothing but the starting set of questions that will try to ask between, or a communication will be established between a customer and developer. Okay, that is what inception is. The basic or the starting questions. Elicitation is collect the requirements from all the stakeholders. Elicit requirements means you have to gather the requirements from all the stakeholders. So you have to think in their perspective. Okay, if you are trying to design a website, our college website, you should walk into the shoes of the students, faculty, management, parents, means how the parents will think, what the information he wants, the parent should want. So which information he wants, which information the students want. So you have to think in their perspective. That is what elicitation is. Did you understand? You have to collect all the information among all the users. And elaboration. So elaborate each and every concept, and elaborate each and every requirement, so that identifies the data, function, and behavior requirements. So the data is the information what you collect, the function. So if you use this, what will happen? And what is the output, the behavior of this requirement? Okay, this requirement we have analyzed and this we have used. How does it behave? Simple. That is what elaboration is. So we are starting, we are collecting the requirements, we are elaborating the requirements, and the thing is, next is negotiation. Agree on a deliverable system. Okay, this is delivered and it is realistic for the developers and customers. And will the customer be satisfied if I deliver this product? So negotiation is something to the next level. So we are negotiating with the customer whether he will be satisfied or not. We have to think. Okay. And specification is you have to write a document. Okay, this is how we have done a formal mathematical model, a collection of user scenarios, means use cases, a prototype, set of models. So you will collect a model and then use case scenarios. That is what specification is. Can be one or more of the following, means it can be a written document, it can be a set of models, whatever it is. Among these 5 or 6, you can collect any one or two. Okay. And validation is